How's it going, guys? Today is just gonna be a real quick video. I have not done much. So happy Thursday, if it's Thursday for you. The only thing that I really changed was I added a few shares of KOHLs, like I said I wanted to do, because it's going to be my holiday play. So I'm going to slowly build that position up. And, I think that it'll come back, I said in November, December. And then if it, goes up pretty good in that area, then I'll probably just look at potentially exiting it. Because I think it will go back down. I think that stock fluctuates based on seasonal stuff, possibly. I don't know. I'm still learning it. Other than that, I'm still keeping track of my ZIM position based on what it's doing, and then obviously I keep up with the concept that I did get paid, a $5,000+ dividend from it prior to U.S. Fed taxes. So today it's looking pretty good, up $600 from when I took this snapshot, so I'm happy about that. The banks that I picked up with the ZIM dividend, still looking all right. I got 148 on Zion. Western Alliance, I didn't really do much, but I got $18 there. What Key Corp I did, so looking at like $40 there. Some of the ones that not so much. Where are we real quick? Medical Properties Trust. Okay, so I believe I did do an average down on that with my previous video. So that's still sitting around 856. But it's, something that, high dividends. So that's why I stuck with it. I do think that I also picked up some Haynes brands, if I remember. Not 100% sure, but I think I did dollar cost average down there. It's at 492 now, so we're still off there. I have to check into Haynes a bit more and see what I'm doing there. I still think that Haynes is a great brand, so I'm holding on to it. But that's it. I just I'm gonna add to KOHLs a bit, and I was checking into some other stocks, which was thrift stores kind of, and then restaurants and so forth. But I didn't really see anything that I wanted to get into, because not only do I want to have a nice dividend, I also want the graph. I want to ride the graphs up, right? So I didn't really see much. So I'm just gonna continue building into the the stocks here in REITs in my portfolio right now. On a good note, I did get, speaking of Medical Properties Trust, I did get a $26 payout today. So that's processing, so that's nice, getting another little dividend here and there. This is where we're sitting at when it comes to the dividends that, the dividend yields that the companies pay. Mostly everything I'm going now with is sticking to dividends, minus a few things now. So Amazon, these ones here are the ones that I'm not getting a dividend off of, and Amazon being the biggest play. But you combine the two, you're looking at about 4,000 I have sitting there. Again, I still think that these companies have more to go up, and they can go up quickly because those are ones where people follow the trend. So once those go up a lot, like they have, then I will exit the positions because they're not dividend payers, right? So I just got into them just for now, to wait. And again, even Amazon is a good one to play as a holiday play, like my KOHLs position that I'm doing. Amazon, I think itself, will increase during holidays because a lot of people are going to be shopping online, so it is going to go back up. So as I said on this current value in that position, I do believe that I have a almost $1,500 to $1,500 position. Or okay, getting ahead of myself. I do believe I'll make like around $1,500 give or take in profits on that. Maybe even more. I don't really know where Amazon's sitting at right now. Let me check. Okay, so I was looking at ZIM today, but Amazon. Okay, real quick. See, Amazon's doing pretty good today. Okay, but see how it's like way low? I think that, 150, at holiday season, it can come back up. So 30 shares, an extra $50 pretty much is what we're looking at. So say, I take $50 times this 30 shares that I have, $1,500, right? So I'm looking at that being my exit point, making some money on that toward the end of the year, and people are buying a lot of Christmas stuff. But I like KOHLs because it's going to be paying me a dividend meantime. Right now we're at $43, so $10 a month. But as I said, I'm going to increase that, and I do believe that that will go up because not everybody can afford to buy stuff on Amazon, and they're going to shop cheap because they might be like, okay, I'll shop Amazon for myself, which I think that's going to make the stock go up. But they also might be like, I'll shop Kohl's for someone else because I don't want to spend my hard-earned cash on somebody else. Some people are like that. Not all family members want to buy family members something nice. They'd be like, I just want to get them something so that way I don't look like a jerk, kind of deal. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at there. Real quick, because it cut me off when I did this snapshot. 21,000 fluctuates, as we know, is the passive income that the portfolio generates. That is also prior to taxes. So something to consider. We could say it's sitting at 21. Actually, let's go 21,000. This is just in theory. Minus 25%. So I would say this portfolio realistically, prior to U.S. Fed taxes, pays $15,750 a year, and I'm knocking off. Well, okay, I can't even really do that. I'm getting ahead of myself. But when it comes to Zim itself, we need to make sure that we knock off that 25%, right? Because that's what goes to the Israeli tax. So knocking off 25% of that, plus all these other numbers, is what we're looking at. So it's not necessarily 21,000 because of the 25% that we have to pay in Israeli tax on Zim, which is one of the positions that we hold. So it's important to make sure that we remember that and we don't miscalculate that whole concept. So yeah, so it's not making quite 21,000, but close to it. And then total combined, this is the 401k. It's still sitting there. I'm doing a 6% match on it. Not really messing with it a whole lot. These are still down over here pretty good to ride up, so good deal. So still sitting at 42 there. I'm actually considering paying, because I have to pay off my loan before I can do another one, right? So I'm thinking about looking at increasing my payments to the 401k, which will help build it up, but it'll be paying off the loan. That way later on, if I want to get a loan out this again at zero interest, because you're taking a loan off yourself, I can. So that's one thing that I'm going to consider doing, is paying more money to this, not contributions, but in payments to what I owe for the loan I took, to get it paid. That way it unlocks this to be available for me to borrow against in the future. That's something I'm really considering doing. That will also help me knock down a lot of the debts that I currently have right now. So yeah, I'm probably going to do that. And when I get to that, I will update y'all on it. That way I can try to get out of the debts using this, and then I just pay myself back with this. And then since my personal account is kind of performing, maybe a little bit better than my 401k is, it's not going to hurt me to borrow against this, right? And then knock off the debt. But total, we're looking at $93,000 for the account. And again, I have some of the debts and whatnot I got to knock out, so I'll be focusing on that. But other than that, there's nothing else. I looked into some companies. I haven't really found much, so I'm going to look at paying more toward my loan here that I owe. That way, once it's paid, I will probably borrow against the 401k again to knock off my debts. That way, I'm not losing, like roughly, I don't know, 300, 350 in interest payments every month on my credit cards. But that's about it. So if you guys have any good plays that you're going to be playing right now, and looking at the hindsight of how much it's going to be worth come the end of the year and people are shopping, let me know, because I'm looking to get in on all kinds of different things. So most stuff I'm going to stick with, but some things is kind of like a holiday play, right? If the graph goes way up, especially if it doesn't pay a dividend like Amazon, I'll ride Amazon up to where I said, and I'll jump out of it, and then just wait for it to potentially go back down. So we just see. But anyway, hope you all have a great day. I hope you guys' portfolios are doing well, and that you're making the money that you hope to be making. And if yeah, I mean, you need anything that I could potentially try to help you with, let me know and I'll do whatever I can, because I want to be successful and I want everybody else, that I share this with to be successful as well. So I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a great rest of your day or night.